do, do, do.
This week on The Rock, we look into the surplus sale going on after the school year's wrapped up. And we also check out summer activities around Anacortes. All that and more, this week on The Rock.
Three, two, 1, 0.
Welcome back to The Rock AHS. I'm Maddie Herring.
And I'm Connor Powell.
For our final live show of the year, we have 2 segments to kick off the summer season.
With the school being torn down, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be moved out of the building, but there's even more that will be sold at the surplus sale.
Eddie Clark and Miranda Ledger checked in on what will be sold after the school year gets out this next segment.
With the school year coming to an end, there will be a lot to move and plenty left over. Everything in the school with orange tape will be en route to the new school on June 19th. On June 23rd, there will be a surplus sale. This means that anything without the orange tape will be on sale. And yes, this means that you have the chance to buy your own locker. Currently, there are almost 6,000 items set for sale. Some of these items include cameras, basketball hoops, speakers, weights equipment, stoves, and so much more for so much less. The sale will be similar to a garage sale, except it'll be much larger. The sale will first open up to other schools, but then it'll open up to the public on June 23rd at 10 a.m. and will run all the way until 4 p.m. After 4, everything else will be left in the building awaiting imminent destruction. So if there's anything that you've wanted to take home from the school, check out if it's for sale. And remember, when it comes time to shop, be polite and respectful. Although this is as exciting as Black Friday, we shouldn't act like it.
Wow, there's a lot of interesting stuff for sale.
Yeah, the sale is June 23rd, just in time for summer.
Speaking of summer, there's not a lot of stuff to do over the break.
That's what you think, but Aiden Rattel and John Harrison looked around Anacortes to find some activities as the weather heats up.
As the end of the year rolls around, there's always the inevitable question of what you're going to be doing with your free time over the summer. We looked around Anacortes and found some highlights. For the more active among us, there's always hiking.
So we went to ask John Lunsford, director of Anacortes Parks and Recreation, what some of the best spots are on the trails.
My favorite trails for views are Trail 306, which is, you start out right across from the Heart Lake parking lot on the east side of the road, and it takes you up quite an elevation gain, so you want to download a free map, which you can get on the city website, which is anacorteswa.gov, and you can download them onto your phone or your computer and print them out, whatever you want to do. They're free. And the next trail would be Trail 247. That starts at the 2 big trees on Heart Lake Road, and that takes you about a 3.5, 4 mile loop out to Whistle Lake. So you want to get those maps and see. You'll have great views of the Campbell Lake area on the south side of Mount Airy and the San Juans, the Skagit Bay. And then my last favorite hike would be Sugarloaf, and that's an easy one to get to. It's Trail 215, which is at the base of Mount Airy, and it starts there. You can just head right up. It's a good climb. And once you get to the top, you have a lot of choices where you want to go to have a picnic or just sit and enjoy the view. It's right across from Mount Airy, so you can look up there, a view you don't normally get, and just enjoy. The forest lands are open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can get out and hike all day long and into the night.
After we talked to John Lunsford, we went to Cranberry Lake to see what Patrick Wildman had to say about the area.
The Cranberry Lake trail system is an awesome place to run in. It's pretty easy trails to learn. It's nice surface for your legs if you do run here. It prevents injuries, kind of like shin splints. Trail 10 is a pretty good trail to run on because it connects really to all the other trails in the area. You can, if you stick to that trail, you can go pretty much from trails all the way from around the Skyline area to the town area, and even a little bit of the Heart Lake area. I enjoy running this area because the trails are relatively easy to learn. There's tree cover. The surface is good for preventing injuries. It's also a pretty area too, so yeah.
Even though trails are good and fun, for those that don't want to lace up their hiking boots, Anacortes has a wide variety of activities in town, including live music at Kennelly Keys. Kennelly Keys opened up their Anacortes branch near the end of 2016, but they've already established their place in the community, with a frequently used space for local musicians to perform in front of a live audience.
A lot of what we've been booking recently has been a lot of younger bands from either Anacortes or Bellingham or Seattle, people who have a lot of talent but can't necessarily pay to play.
We kind of try to do like a variation of everything. Once a month we do a sponsored show. For example, last month we had a metal show going on. This month we're doing just kind of indie pop. It kind of switches it up every month, and then in between we'll have a bunch of little things going on here and there.
And anything from like free jazz to punk, there's definitely going to be a lot coming up.
With such a close connection to the local music scene here in Anacortes, they're always looking to help out teens in any way they can, from offering lessons to enlisting students for live productions.
If you need hours for community service to graduate, you could come here, volunteer for a show, we'll sign you off. It's 4 hours of watching, live music. You get to see how we work the soundboard, you get to see like how to run the ticket booth, all this, stuff of running a venue. So come by, just write down your name, number. We'll call you up and say, hey, we need some help with this show. Can you come by? I'll sign you off like 4 or 5 hours. We'll try to support any bands that wants to come by and play if you're in high school. Lately, we've been open to the public, trying to get more and more bands to play here. So come by, talk to us, and we'll help you out with, if you have a band you want to get set up, we'll always help out.
The performance space isn't all Kennelly has to offer. If you've got an itch to pick up an instrument or make some music, they're your one-stop shop for most anything you need.
In the store, we sell pretty much everything that tends to any need.
We sell, band and orchestra instruments, guitars, basses, amps, some electronic equipment, some DJ equipment, synths, recording gear. So kind of the full spectrum of music here.
If you're not as interested in music, there's always the movie theater to check out. Located by the Rockfish on O Avenue, they'll be sure to play all the summer blockbusters you could want, with frequent showings of classic movies from the silver screens of yesterday. One thing's for sure though, whether you're more of an outdoors person, an avid moviegoer, or looking to make some jams, there's always going to be something for you to do in our backyard during the hotter months of the year. For the Rock at Anacortes High School, I'm John Harrison.
And with that wraps up our show, our final rock for the year in this studio.
Actually, not quite. There is still The Rock Unplugged, a compilation of our best moments throughout the year.
It'll be uploaded early next week, so take a minute to relax after the stress of finals by checking it out.
If you have any questions or suggestions, be sure to email them at therock@asd103.org. We'd love to hear your input.
With that, I'm Connor Powell.
And I'm Maddie Herring.
And from our rock to yours, have a great summer, AHS.